little brothers and sisters, and today I am going to be using a lot of words, and this will make the nails bite in the skull. So, why are we using a lot of words today? Well, we are going to talk about the 3 basic. Now I say basic, this is for beginners. Basic understandings of the 3 different types of weightlifting. We have strength training, hypertrophy training, and endurance training. So, join me as we dive in and find how each of these trainings are best suited for where you should begin. So, let us start off with S for strength training, H for hypertrophy training, and E for endurance training. Up here you can see the reps, and between the reps we have I for intensity, and you can see a number there. Now, what is intensity, you ask? Well, intensity is the amount of effort that it takes for you to do a certain exercise. So, that didn't take a lot of intensity to lift this weight. So I can lift this weight basically for a very long time, and it would take minimal effort. However, if the load was bigger, I would only be able to do a couple of reps, and it would be very intense, and the intensity would be hard to perform the exercise. So this is the basic meaning when it comes to intensity. So, we are going to start with the strength training. So strength training is 1 to 6 reps, okay? So we're looking at low repetition, but we are looking at a higher intensity. Now, you have also noticed rest period is at a higher rate with 4 minutes. We are going to be pushing heavy loads here. This will be your bench press, your deadlifts, and your squats, but can also be performed for other exercises such as lateral raises or bicep curls and etc. So, why is this repetition so slow? Well, this is to increase the strength output of your muscles. This isn't really made for building muscles. Yes, it will add some muscles to the body, but it will be increasing the output of those muscles. So basically, we'll be able to lift heavy things or increase the load to improve on lifting heavy things. Yes, like chain axes and more skulls to collect. So next, we have hypertrophy training. Hypertrophy training is for building the muscles, like Khorne's arms. Oh, Khorne, why did you do what you did at Skeletrax? Anyway, back on topic. Hypertrophy training is normally about 8 to 12 reps with a 2 to 3 minutes rest. Why is this rest lower than this rest? Well, I'll tell you, the output of intensity is lower, and we are looking at doing a higher repetitions and aiming for shorter rest periods, so then when we go for the second set, the intensity will be a little bit harder. We are looking at slightly tiny increases of that intensity. So you might start the exercise with a 50% of intensity and effort, but you might end on the third set using close to 70% of effort, or even to failure, what is always the aim. So we are always looking to increase the output with strength training, but we are looking at doing repetition. So it is a mid between strength and endurance training. It is really perfect when it comes to putting on muscle. Next, we have endurance training. Endurance training is normally 16 plus reps. So when I mean 16 plus reps, I mean after 16, go to town. Just keep ripping it up. Rip and tear until it's done. We are looking at a lower rest period. Why? Because we are increasing. So we are doing a low intensity with the lift. However, with low rest, it will go higher and higher in intensity due to the low rest. Okay? So, we have strength training, increasing strength. We have hypertrophy training for increasing muscle volume. And we have endurance training to increase the volume output. I would prefer beginners starting with hypertrophy training for 4 weeks. And then then switching to a strength training for another 4 weeks. When it comes to endurance training, you can use it as a bit of an offload period, as well as using it to maybe increase your hypertrophy into an endurance phase. The goal is always to go through a certain round, like a circle, starting with a hypertrophy to build the base, to work out how the exercise is performed and what weight is best suited to reach the goal. Then we go to a strength phase where we aim to increase the muscle, and then we might go back to the hypertrophy phase to then aim at increasing what we lift on the strength phase to a hypertrophy level of repetitions. Lots of words, I did warn you, but it is exciting when it comes to planning your own routine. So find what works for you when it comes to your goals. And as always, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne.